Hello, welcome to Power Life Live. My name is Gabe. This is Megan. We are here to do some sculpts today. So today for class, all you need is weights and your mat and your beautiful self. You can go ahead and get the playlist started. It's right there down in the doobly-doo. And just click the link for Spotify playlist. We'll get going. All right, let's get started, you guys, in cows and cats and cows. You can start here just on your hands and knees and tabletop. On your inhale, cow pose, lift your gaze, drop your belly. Exhale, cat pose, eyes to thighs, round your back. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Take these a couple more times with your breath. Allow this to start to bring movement and awareness into your body. You can start to warm up your breath with these movements as well. Use your entire inhale to get to cow pose. Use your entire exhale to find cat. One of the reasons that I love to start classes here with these two postures is because it really gives you a chance to feel the in-between of the poses. And that's something that we're actually going to talk about a lot today. So how can you feel every little space in between these two poses rather than seeing cat and cow as destinations that you need to rush to? It's not about the destination here in class today or ever really in yoga. It's all about the journey, all about the in-between and the transitions that get you there. So you're here just for a couple more seconds. Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Exhale, forearm tabletop. Lower down onto your forearms for donkey kicks. Exhale, lift your right leg straight up to the ceiling behind you. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Yes, nice job. Kind of getting right into it today with class. Start right here with some donkey kicks. Lower your knee, then kick your foot straight up to the ceiling. Imagine that you could actually put a footprint here on the ceiling, no matter how far away your ceiling is. Maybe you're even outside. I don't know. Like you could put your footprint on the sky. Now, one of my favorite reasons to take this from my forearms is that it's gentler on your wrists. I always love that. But also, this kind of takes your low back out of the equation. Every time you lift your foot up, squeeze your glutes, squeeze them to lift up. Maybe you even pause at the top just for a moment so you can really feel your glutes lock on and engage. If you do start to feel your low back getting into this, decrease your range of motion, make it a little smaller, and then find a more neutral spine. Hug your belly button in towards your spine so that your core keeps you stabilized. You're here for 3 more. Hold it at the top in 2, and 1. Hold it at the top and pulse, 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 pulse. This is a tiny, tiny movement right here. Just squeeze your glutes to pulse your legs. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. When you squeeze, your leg will lift like magic. It just happens. It doesn't have to be big, but I do want you to feel your glutes engage. You're here for 4. Tuck your left toes under in 3, 2, and 1. Tuck your left toes under. Hold it at the top. Exhale, 3-legged dolphin. Kick your foot straight up to the ceiling, but lift your left knee up off the mat. Inhale, lower your knees down to a hover. Exhale, lift back up, 3-legged dolphin. You can keep your right leg bent. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Take this a couple more times here. Breath to movement. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up. Woo, nice job. Your knees come down to a hover, then you kick up toward the ceiling. This is work on your right leg. Yeah, your right glute, we know that. But also a lot on your left leg now, kind of getting into this party. Bring your left knee all the way down to a hover, then kick up. You're here for 3 more. Hold your 3-legged dolphin in 2. And 1, exhale at the top, take a breath in, exhale dolphin pose, release both of your feet down to the mat. You can take a moment here, pedal out through your heels, maybe bend and straighten, catch your breath after all that movement. Alrighty, cool. Now, inhale, 3-legged dolphin on the other side. Press your left leg straight up to the ceiling. Let's take some movement here. Inhale, hover both your knees, lower down. Exhale, kick your left foot up to the ceiling. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. So this is the same thing that you did on the other side. And you can even kind of think of this exercise as a really long transition to get you back down onto your knees for your regular donkey kicks, right? So this class, it's all about the transitions, all about the time in between the postures and how that is hard work too. So we will really focus in on all those in-between moments. You got 3 more just like this. Lower down to your knees in 2. And 1, lower down to your knees, regular donkey kicks. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Nice job. Ooh, booty's probably starting to get a little tired here, but also sneaky shoulder work, right? That transition from forearm tabletop hovered into three-legged dolphin is a lot of shoulder work as you control your lower and lift down. Your shoulders are a huge part of that. So I know your shoulders are starting to get tired here. That's another reason why it's nice to be on your forearms. It's a little easier to be on your forearms than on your hands. But you guys are doing great. Stay with me. Pulse it up in 4, 3, 2, hold it up and pulse, 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 pulse. Again, just like on the first side, just squeeze your glutes to lift. Just squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. You're here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Forearm tabletop. Tuck your tailbone, tuck your toes under, exhale, dolphin. Lift your hips up and back. Take a breath in, press down into your hands. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your elbows up off your mat. Yeah, nice job. Pedal out through your heels now. It's your first downward facing dog of the day. Catch your breath if you're kind of feeling that already. Take some deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Ooh, yes. All right. Once you start to find stillness in your downward facing dog, spread all 10 fingers wide on your mat. Press down into every knuckle in your hands. Press down into your hands to grow longer in your spine. Lift your hips up toward the ceiling. At the same time, sink your heels down low towards your mat. Take a breath in. Let it go. Inhale, look to the top of your space. Exhale, ragdoll, breathe here. Bring your feet to hip width distance at least. I like my feet wider than that, all the way to mat width distance. Megan's got her feet super wide here. You can try that out. Maybe more narrow feels better for you. Bend your knees. Let your head relax and hang heavy. Grow longer through your spine. Take a breath in. Exhale your left hand down to center. Inhale, lift your right hand up, ragdoll with a twist. Stay here and breathe. Take a little bit of movement here on this side. I love the option for huge shoulder circles right now. After we just talked about the shoulder work that you just did, that will probably feel really good. Take a breath in. Exhale your right hand down. Inhale, lift your left hand up. Breathe here. Take some movement on this side. Circle out through your wrist. Circle your shoulders. You can do the same movement or different movement. It's whatever feels really good in this moment. Take a breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Heel toe your feet to hip width distance. Inhale, halfway lift. Press your hands into your legs, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Breathe here. Slowly rise up. Press down into all 4 corners of your feet. Give your toes a little wiggle, a little lift. Then lift your kneecaps for strong quads. Hug your belly in for your strong core. Take a breath in. Exhale, mini back bend. Breathe here. Cactus your arms. Find space across your chest, but keep your whole front side nice and strong. Exhale, stay. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at your hips. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, high plank. Breathe here. Stack your shoulders on top of your wrists. Stack your heels on the balls of your feet. Tuck your tailbone under to find just a bit of a stronger core. And now press down into your hands. Find more strength and more space in between your shoulder blades. Stay here for one more inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the top of your space. Exhale, travel there. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, mini back bend. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Plant your hands lower just halfway down to the bottom of a push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press up from there. Exhale, downward facing dog. You use your core to send your hips up and back. Nice. You can always take those chaturangas from your knees, or you can skip them all together. On your inhale, lift your right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge. Step your feet between your hands. Inhale, standing split. Breathe here. Launch up onto your right leg, lift your left leg up. You can always use your weights here as stilts underneath your hands to bring the ground a little bit closer to you. That will feel really good for a lot of you. Flex your toes down to square up your hips. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Breathe here. Sink your weight back into your heels. Give your toes a little wiggle. Hug your belly up and in. That's your core. Keep everything strong, and then find space across your chest. Inhale. Exhale, chair plane. Breathe here. Hinge forward in your torso. Find some space across your chest. Lift your elbows up a little bit higher. There you go. Exhale. Inhale, single leg mountain. Lift your left leg. Breathe here. Lift your left knee up to hip height. Flex your toes back in towards your face. And stack your shoulders on top of your hips. Stay straight up and down. Stay for your inhale. Exhale, crescent with airplane arms. Breathe here. Got a big step back in your left foot. You can wiggle your left foot even further back on your mat if you don't quite like where you landed. If you're not sure, you want your right knee to be stacked on top of your right ankle and your back leg to be straight and strong all the way up on your tippy toes. So you may need to step back further than you think. Exhale. Inhale, crescent lunge, breathe here. Everything stays the same except you scoop your arms up overhead. I love to bend my back knee a little bit more in this pose than I do in the last one in crescent with airplane arms. Stack your shoulders on top of your hips, point your tailbone straight down. Stay here for your inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Plant your hands, step your foot back. Again, lower just halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog, lift your knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice work. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Exhale, low lunge, step forward. Inhale, standing split. Breathe here. Just like on the first side, you got the choice to bring your weights underneath your hands just to act kind of as blocks to help you find a bit more lift. Now lower your right hip down so that it's in line with your left. Worry less about how high you lift your leg here and more about using your glute muscles to do it, your booty muscle, just like you did in your donkey kick at the beginning. Stay for your inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, one breath this time. Exhale, chair with airplane arms. Inhale, single leg mountain, lift your right leg, pause here and breathe. Just like on the first side, lift your knee up, use your core to help you lift your knee a little higher. Now press down into your left foot, lift your left kneecap just like you do in mountain pose with both feet on the mat. And then find energy through your fingertips. Take a breath in, exhale, crescent with airplane arms. Little brain to mouth fart there. Alrighty, take a second to set this up just like you did on the first side. Wiggle your right foot a little bit further back on your mat. Keep your big hinge forward. You want to find a 45-degree angle with your torso and your mat. Just one long line of energy all the way from the crown of your head to your heel. Exhale to stay. Inhale, crescent lunge. Breathe here. Yes, rise up. Reach your fingertips up toward the ceiling. Nice job. Can you settle into this just a little bit more? Maybe sink a little bit lower. Take one more inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, or skip it. You can always skip these. Exhale, downward facing dog. Awesome job. We'll flow through this again, except things are going to be a little different this time. Today, we're talking all about transitions and space in between. And sometimes when life is in transition, you don't know what comes next. Things are changing all the time. So that's what's happening here on your mat. On your inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, standing split. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, chair with airplane arms. Lift your left foot. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, lower your back knee to a hover. Inhale, single leg mountain, launch up. Exhale, forward fold. It was just a small change. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga if you like those. High plank if you don't. Inhale, upward facing dog, or hold high plank. That's what Megan did. Exhale, downward facing dog. Yes. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, standing split. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, chair plane. Lift your right foot. Inhale, crescent lunge, step back. Exhale, lower your back knee to a hover. Inhale, single leg mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Awesome. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Woo. Inhale, up dog or hold high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great choice. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. You get it. You just keep going here. Three-legged dog to knee to nose. Use your core to pull your knee up and in tight. Press down into your hands. Find space between your shoulders. Yes, nice job. Oftentimes, this transition from three-legged dog, to low lunge is something that we rush right through. When you hold in the in-between, that's what this is. This is the in-between of those two movements. You gain strength. There's no need to rush through that. You're here for 3. Last 2, inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge. Your weights are your stilts here. Rocking horse. Inhale, lower your back knee to a hover. Exhale, standing split. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, standing split. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, standing split. I'll do it from the other angle so you can see. Inhale, lower. Exhale, launch up. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, standing split. Nice job. Alrighty, so we got quite a bit of work coming on your right leg. And really, all of these exercises are just moving from one pose to the next pose. But there is work in that in between. There is hard stuff in the transitions, right? So there's no need to rush right past this low lunge to standing split. Let's be in it for a bit. Embrace this little bit of shake that you get from this super fun transition. Ooh, you're here for 5 more. That's it. You can do this. Hold your standing split in 3. Last 2. Hold your standing split, Shiva squats. Inhale, bend your standing leg, chamber your left knee behind your right. Exhale, press your left heel straight back. Inhale, lower and bend. Exhale, press straight back, standing split. Inhale, squat. Exhale, standing split. Yes, nice work. Send your hips back behind you as you sink low so that the weight stays in your heel. If you start to feel your heels come off the mat and you come up onto your toes, then send your hips again back behind you and then sink low. If that doesn't work for you super well right now in your body, then just decrease your range of motion. Try to keep this in your heel. Whew, right about now. Right leg should be burning. Megan's right leg's burning. She's wooing over here. She's right here with you. You guys got this. You're here for 4. Woo, last 3. Last 2. And 1, standing split. Grab your weights. Inhale, single leg mountain, right? Upright row. So this is a single leg deadlift with an upright row. That's all this is. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up. Upright row. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. I love the option that Megan just took to kind of kickstand in between. She lowered down into kind of her standing split, kickstand, and then lift up into your single leg mountain. That's a great option if balance is feeling a little tricky today. It's my first tip. Try that on. If that still isn't working for you, then you can take a kickstand the whole time. Bring your left toe slightly behind you. That's what I'm doing here. Send your hips back behind you, lower down, lift up, upright row. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. That will help you keep your feet on the mat the whole time because I want you guys to get really good reps here. It's not so much about forcing the balance. It's about getting the work in on your legs. So if you can't feel this in your hamstrings because you're wobbling all over the place, please take the kickstand, bring your foot down, and get the work in. That's what you want. Whew, it's not about how low you bend. It's all about keeping a flat back. So if that gets you to about here, then that's where you stop and you lift up from there. If you feel your low back start to round, that means you went a little too far. That's what I'm doing right here. This is the round. Come up a little bit so that you can stay flat. You're here for 5. I know your legs are getting tired. Stay with me for 4. You got this. 3, 2, inhale, single leg mountain. Bring your weights to heart center. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, crescent lunge, big step back, lower your knee to a hover. You've done this before. Exhale, single leg mountain. Inhale, crescent, lower your knee. Exhale, single leg mountain. Let's add the bicep curl. Inhale, lower. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, curl at the top. Inhale, lower. Exhale, curl. Whew, just like on the first exercise not the first exercise, but the last one, the one that you just did. You can always take a toe tap on the in-between to catch your balance before you move all the way into your single leg mountain or all the way back into your lunge. With this lunge, rather than your normal crescent lunge with your legs pretty straight in the back, I want you to lower your back knee all the way down to a hover. Get as low as you can. With your bicep curls, your elbows tuck in tight at your sides. Lower your weights 80% of the way down. Lift them 80% of the way up. And use your breath here. Use your inhale to lower down. Use your exhale to lift up. I know your right leg is getting really tired. We got a lot of single leg work happening today. You guys can do this. You are strong. Stay with me. You're here for 5. You got one more single leg, well, maybe 2 single leg exercises after this. In 3, in 2, hold your crescent lunge. Exhale your weights to heart center. Inhale, hinge forward, weights long. Exhale, narrow row. Inhale, lower your weights. Exhale, narrow row. Inhale, lower. Exhale, row. Whew. So like I said, I know your right leg is really tired here. So if it gets to be too much, you can always drop down to your back knee. That's one option that I'm doing. Or Megan stepped up to chair. That's another option, chair plane, to keep your torso hinged forward. If you do this, take a couple reps here off of your right leg as a break, and then come back to your crescent. See how it feels. Try it again. Just because you take a modification, just because your body needs a break, doesn't mean that it needs the break the whole time, every time. Sometimes it does. That's okay. There's no shame in that, in staying in chair the whole time. But you never know unless you go back to it. Maybe you feel a little fresher after taking just a couple reps in chair. Lower your weights down. Squeeze your shoulder blades together at the top on your exhale. Whew, yeah. Then if your leg gets tired again, step forward to chair again. No big deal. Guess what? That transition between crescent and chair looks really fun. Maybe we should keep doing that. You're here for 3 more. Foreshadowing. Last 2. And 1. Nice job. Inhale, crescent. Weights at heart center. Exhale, chair. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, chair. Oh, this is the next thing. We're right here. Woo! So I've been talking a lot about transitions, and that is literally all that we've been doing pretty much the whole time. It's just moving from one pose to the next pose, one pose to the next pose. So instead of seeing different moments in this Sculpt class as destinations, like how can I get to the next pose so we can do the next exercise? No, it's all about the in-between today. There is no next. It's all on the way to the next thing, right? Whew, there's so much work to be done and so much to learn in the in-between in this challenge. So stay with it. You're here for 3. Hold chair in 2. And 1, chair pose with thrusters. Bring your feet out wide. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, squat. Exhale, shoulder press. Inhale, down. Exhale, press. Woo! Alrighty, so good news, you guys. Single leg work, not right now, right? You got 2 legs on the mat, working for the same purpose, and that always feels so good after a bunch of single leg work. So take a moment here to appreciate that you have 2 strong legs on your mat doing the same thing at the same time, making you feel strong. You got this. This is new. This is fresh. Woo. Sink low and then press up. Yeah, nice job. Send your hips back behind you and then squeeze up at the top. Squeeze your glutes. Press your hips forward to get that big squeeze. Drive out of your heels to straighten your legs. Instead of even like consciously thinking about straightening your legs, focus more on the press down. Press your feet so hard down into the ground. They have nowhere to go, so your legs just will straighten. That will help you feel this in a little bit of a different way. You guys got this. Ooh, does this feel better, Megan? Yeah, this is good stuff. So stay with me at home. We got 2 feet squats. Nice job. Stay with this for 5. 4 more. Last 3. 2. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, airplane your arms, tricep kickbacks. Inhale, bend your elbows. Exhale, kick back. Inhale, bend. Exhale, kick back. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Woo. Okay, so what we just did was 2 feet on the mat doing the same thing. That was good stuff, but your legs were moving. This is a little different because now your legs are still. Can you still sink really low here in this posture, in this exercise through your legs to keep your legs working? Now lift your elbows up a little bit higher. Yeah, and then straighten your elbows out from there. Squeeze your triceps at the back of this movement. Woo! We're gonna spend a little extra time on these 2-legged things. We're here for a little bit because that 1-leg stuff is hard. So we kind of rush through it. Even though it feels long, we're not really there that long. I know it feels long. So we'll be here a little bit longer than that. Woo, straighten your arms. Every time you do, you squeeze and exhale. Then as you bend your elbows again, maybe you bend your elbows a little bit less. Make this movement smaller to find more work. So your triceps are working the entire time. The more you bend your elbows, the less your triceps work. You're here for 3. Oh, we got cardio coming. It's going to be fun. And 2. And 1. Release your weight straight down. You can squat down in your chair like that. Exhale, airplane your arms. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, chair with airplane arms. Inhale, mountain pose. Let's add a hop at the top. Chair plane to your hop. Chair plane to a hop. Chair plane to a hop. I like to bring my feet a little bit wider than my normal chair plane once I add this hop, because this is essentially a squat jump, right? Sink a little bit lower and then use your arms as momentum to launch yourself up toward the ceiling. Yeah, there it is. Alrighty, so since we're talking about transitions in the in-betweens, you know what this kind of reminds me of? Kind of reminds me of the top of a burpee, you guys. Yeah? All right, let's take it to burpees. You got your hop at the top, take it to a burpee. Plant your hands, hop back, hop forward, hop in the air. Ooh, now, since we kind of warmed up the top of the burpee, maybe you can use your legs a little bit more to sink down, to bring your hands back down to the ground rather than just folding forward. You get a little harder. Here with your burpees, you can always take any of these jumps out of the movement. You can take out the hop back, take out the hop forward, take out the hop at the top, and just step instead. If even the hops are not really your jam, no worries. You can do a different cardio burst here or just a different exercise in general. If there's something that you really want to do right now, you can do that instead. This is your class, your practice. You're here for 3. Hold high plank in 2. And 1, high plank push-ups. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Yes, you got it. These push-ups, I know that your heart rate is up right now, and that makes it kind of hard to think about doing a challenging exercise like a push-up. But here's the good news. Push-ups are nice and slow, so use this to slow everything down. Use your inhale to lower. Use your exhale to lift. You got this. You are strong. You can be here longer than you think you can. I love the option to take this from your toes or from your knees, or even more from tabletop. You can lift your booty up a little bit higher and keep doing your push-ups. Keep doing them. You got it. Stay with me. Whew. Megan has an option to take a little bit of a slingshot in between every couple, which gives you just a bit of a break, right? And then you can come right back into it. You're here just for 3 more. Ooh, you can do 3 more, you guys. Last 2. Last one. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, first side down, second side to go. Let's do this again. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Over and over again here on your own with your breath. Again, use these slow and intentional movements to slow down your heart rate. Slow it down. Take a deep breath in on your way back. Take a deep breath out as you pull everything up and in. There's no need to rush through this. You're doing great. Stay with it, just like this. Last 5. Last 4. 3, 2. On your next exhale, low lunge. Step all the way through. Hover your back knee. Inhale. Exhale, standing split, rocking horse. Inhale, hover your back knee. Exhale, standing split. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, standing split. So it's right in between these 2 movements that we've done over and over again. We're just doing them over and over again some more. Hard work exists in the in-between. Oftentimes in life, I feel like we also just kind of rush from our next big thing to the next big thing, right? So instead of rushing through, of seeing the poses as a destination, see them as the work, part of the work, because they are. You're here for just 3 more. Hold your standing split in 2 and 1. Standing split, Shiva squats. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Yes, you guys look good. I know you look good at home. I can sense it. I can see you. You are strong. Stay with this. Press out of your heels. Squeeze your glutes. Squeeze your, what's that called? Your quads, your hamstrings, everything at the top. Whew. Keep breathing here. Use your inhale to lower. Use your exhale to lift up. You got it. Whew. Whew. You remember how much single leg work we did on the first side. We got to do it here too. Got to even you out. Work just as hard here on this side as you did on the first side. You got this for 3. Last 2. And 1. Inhale, standing split. I like to bend my front knee a little bit to reach my weights and keep a flat back. And exhale, single leg mountain with an upright row. It's your single leg deadlift. Inhale, lower. That's standing split. Exhale, single leg mountain with your upright row. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up. Again, great option to take a pit stop in between. Lower down, lift up, tap your toes, then upright row, lift your knee. Or if this balance is all around, not your jam today, there's no shame in that, no worries. Kickstand your leg back behind you, send your hips back, hinge forward with a flat back, and then press your hips forward, squeeze your shoulder blades together at the top. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. No matter where you are, your flat back is most important. It's more important than how low you get or how high you lift your back leg. Flat back takes priority here. You got it. Every time you lift your elbows up in your upright row, squeeze your shoulder blades together and lift your knee up there if you're still on one leg. Maybe you lift your knee up a little bit higher to find more hip flexor work. You should start feeling this in your hamstrings, the back of your left leg. That's what helps you stand up after folding over. You're here for 4. Ooh, we got this. Last 3, 2, exhale, single leg mountain. Press your weights to heart center. Inhale, crescent lunge, right? Lower your back knee to a hover. Exhale, single leg mountain, launch up. Inhale, crescent, lower. Exhale, single leg mountain. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, drive up. Add the hammer curl. Inhale, lower. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lower. Exhale, curl. Woo! Here we go. Left leg in business. We're evening out after the first side. I know you're tired. I know it, but stay with me. You can do this. You are stronger than you think you are. You are strong. You can do this. All of this transition work helps you bring more awareness to the in-between moments in any class that you do, right? Rather than rushing from posture to posture. How can you find this bit of hard? This hard, right here. This is the same thing that you always do. We're just here in it a little longer. Last 3. Hold your crescent in 2. And 1, crescent lunge, hinge forward for your wide row. Inhale, lower. Exhale, wide arm row. Inhale, lower. Exhale, wide row. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift up. Okay, just like we talked about on the first side, I know your left leg's tired. It should be burning. If your left leg is not burning yet, oh, I don't even know. Yeah, I think you took some breaks. That's okay to take breaks. I'm just kidding. But step your foot forward and try a couple of these from chair. That's a great option to do rather than staying here in crescent the whole time. But again, just like on the first side, those are a nice break, a moment to catch back up, to feel back into your leg. Once you're feeling a little better, step back into chair plane. Come back to that challenge that you just took a break from. Come back to it and see how it feels. You probably feel a little different after taking a couple reps off. So you can do a couple more. And then again, if you get tired again, step forward into chair, right? Just keep going with that. Woo, squeeze your shoulder blades together at your back. Give your toes a little wiggle. You don't need your toes here. And then every time you exhale, it's that big pinch and squeeze at your back. Your back is a huge, strong group of muscles that can do a lot of reps here of these rows. So we'll stay in it just a little bit longer. You're here for 4. Woo! Last 3, 2, inhale, crescent, weights to heart center. Exhale, chair, step forward. Inhale, crescent, exhale, chair. Inhale, crescent lunge, exhale, chair. So as you step forward and back between these 2 postures, I know you want to straighten your left leg. I know you want to straighten it really bad, but your left leg is straight in crescent and in chair. So there's no time to do that. It's bent left leg the entire time. Step right into your chair pose, no straight legs in between, and step right back into your crescent. Do that to the best of your ability. Try it out. See how many you can do without straightening your legs at all. And then if you get to a point where you're like, oh, I got to straighten my legs, then you straighten your legs. And that's okay, right? But you do as many as you can. Woo! You're here for 5. Ooh, we get 2 legs coming. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, chair pose with a wide leg squat and a bicep curl. Inhale, lower. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lower. Exhale, curl. Woo! Okay, so we did all that single leg work on your right side. You did all that single leg work on your left side. You did it. Now we got 2-legged work left. You got chair pose, chair plane, you know, maybe some burpees again. I don't know. You can do it. Woo! Stay with me, guys. Use your inhale to lower down. Use your exhale to lift up. Drive out of your heels to straighten your legs just like you did with your thrusters. And then here, really focus in on your biceps. Lower down, you know, just 80% of the way so that you keep a slight bend in your elbows at the bottom, and then lift up 80% of the way so that your weight doesn't stack right on top of your elbow. When we stack, that makes things a little bit easier. Nothing feels very heavy when it's stacked directly above your elbow. So if you keep it slightly out, your bicep is still working, and that's what we want. Oftentimes, we use joint stacking to make things easier, like in high plank, which is great when you stack your shoulders on top of your wrists. It's easier than if your hand is out in front of your shoulder. That's good stuff. But here, we want to not joint stack to make things harder. You get to kind of pick and choose there. There you go. Yes, nice job. That was my little story about joint stacking to distract you from the fact that you're still doing bicep curls. You got this. Stay with me. Last 5. Ooh, last 4, 3, 2, inhale, chair pose. Exhale, chair plane, tricep kickback. Flip your palms to face up toward the ceiling and pulse. That's what I meant to say. Tricep pulse. I think I said tricep kickback. If you're doing tricep kickbacks, that's fine. Let's switch to a pulse now. Press your palms straight up to the ceiling and pulse from there. Just pulse, 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 pulse. I want your pulse to be a super small movement, and then take the bounce out of this movement. Find a top of your pulse and a bottom and move between those 2 spaces rather than just like lifting up and bouncing up, right? You are in control of how your weights move here. You are in control of that movement. You get to decide how fast or slow you move. You decide how big or small you make this movement. So make it slow and small. That's harder. I know it is. You can always drop your weights here if they start to feel too heavy so you can stay in it just for 5. Last 4. Last 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, release your weights. Exhale, chair plane, though. You're right back into it. Inhale, mountain pose. Slow down your breath. Chair plane on your exhale. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, chair plane. Inhale, mountain. All right, add the hop. Inhale, back. Exhale, hop. Kind of switch your breath. Nice work, yes. Send your arms back behind you, then launch yourself up into standing. If jumping is not working for you today, you can lower down, lift up onto your toes, and just stick with that. Stay on your toes. Woo! Yes, nice work, you guys. You know what's coming. In 5 seconds. Burpees in 4, 3, 2, burpees. Here we go, burpees. Yes, we do not have very many cardio bursts today, and that's because these transitional movements that we've been taking this whole time are really big movements, and big movements are cardio, even if you're not jumping. So you don't need to jump to get your cardio in. You've been doing it this whole time, but we got to get some jumping in too, right? Yeah, got to balance everything out. Yes. Plant your hands, hop your feet back, forward, and then up in the air. Hop back, hop forward, hop up in the air. Take out any of these hops that you need to stay with it. Keep moving. Take your cardio burst if you want a different one. Take these burpees if you're here with us. Stay with me. Woo! Last 5. High plank in 4, 3, 2, high plank, push-ups, round 2. Round 2 of your push-ups. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up. Yes, nice job. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. So this is your second set of push-ups. Maybe you took wide arm push-ups at the beginning or tricep push-ups. You can do a different one here. Maybe you're just doing like regular arms slightly out in the push-ups. I don't know what those are called. Regular push-ups, you know, in between. Talking a lot about in between today. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up. We're right here at the end. Heart rate is elevated. You're probably breathing a little heavy right now. So slow everything down and stick with these push-ups. You are almost done with hard work right now. You can do this. You got 4 more. Last 3. Last 2. Inhale, high plank. Yes, nice work. Hard work is done. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, simple twist. Lift your right hand up. You can lower your back knee down to your mat. That's what I'm doing. Or you can keep it lifted. It doesn't really matter. It's up to you. Just like in your ragdoll with the twist, find some movement. Circle out through your wrist. Bend and straighten your elbow. Take huge circles around if that feels good. Ooh. Stay here for your inhale. Exhale, release, low lunge. Inhale, halfway lift, big step forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, chair with airplane arms. Inhale, single leg mountain. Lift your left leg. Take a quad stretch here. Capture your left foot with your left hand. Press your foot into your hand to feel that stretch. Ooh. Grow taller across your chest. Stay upright, pull in, and then press at the same time to get the most amount of sensation. Stay here for your exhale. Inhale, single leg mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot back. Inhale, 3-legged dog, your right leg up and back behind you. Exhale, half pigeon. Breathe here. Bring your right knee to your right wrist. Stay lifted to start. You can gaze over your right shoulder if that helps you, like get your hips in line and if it feels good. And then find your version of half pigeon. Maybe you hinge forward over your front leg. That's what I'm doing. Or maybe you stay kind of lifted. If this pose feels at all not great on your right knee especially, but also on your hips or your low back, you always have the choice to take a seated figure 4 stretch, which is what I'm doing right here. Whew. Slow down your breath. Slow down your heart rate. Like I said, all the hard work is done. You did it. You did it. Stay here for one more exhale. Inhale, rise back up onto your hands. Tuck your left toes under. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Find a little bit of movement here. Bend, open, twist if that feels nice. And then return to downward facing dog when you are ready. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge. Plant your right hand. Inhale, simple twist. Lift your left hand up. Breathe here. Take some movement. Circle your wrist. Draw big circles through your shoulder. Stretch out your shoulder. Your wrist and your shoulder did a lot of work for you here today, so give them a little thanks as you find this movement. Stay for one more breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, halfway lift, step forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, chair plane. Inhale, single leg mountain, lift your right leg. Exhale, quad stretch. Grab your right foot with your right hand. Press your foot into your hand. The more you press in, the more you will feel this stretch, the more like sensation you will get. You can stay a little more upright and tuck your tailbone under to find more as well. Those are all ways to deepen this. If you don't need it to be deepened, then don't worry about it. Just take your gentle quad stretch here. Maybe you head over to a wall or something where you can find a little more balance if you're feeling a little shaky. Stay for one more exhale. Inhale, single leg mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot back. Is that right? Right foot. Step your right foot back. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Now step your left foot all the way back. Exhale, half pigeon. Bring it back forward. Left knee to left wrist. Stay lifted to start. Set up your half pigeon. And then find your version of this stretch. Maybe your version of this stretch is seated figure 4. which again is what I'm doing right here. If you're not sure what that is, you can still do it on this side, even if you didn't do it on the first side. Maybe you notice that this side feels a little bit different. So right here at the end of your practice today, I want you to think just a little more about this in-between time. I feel like transition is just a constant of life all the time. We're always in transition. Things are always moving and changing. And if they're not right now, then that change is probably right around the corner. So for most of us, we're either in a transition, coming out of a transition, or about to get into one. So just like in this class, your transitions in life are lessons. They teach you and they help you grow stronger. They help you learn more about yourself. In this life transition that you may or may not be in right now, how can you see this as more of an opportunity? What transition are you struggling with right now? Are you holding on to, resisting? How can you see that as opportunity to change your perspective? Opportunity for growth, for change, for strength. Slowly rise back up onto your hands. Tuck your right toes under. Inhale, three-legged dog. Bend, open, twist. Move, shake. And return to downward facing dog on your time. Take a breath in right here. Exhale, release to your knees. And then come around onto your backs. Once you do get on your back, pull your knees into your chest one last time. Just give yourself a big hug, a squeeze. Thank yourself for taking this time for you, for believing in your strength. Inhale all together. Exhale, Shavasana, your final resting pose. Extend your arms and legs long or wherever it's comfortable. Blink your eyes closed. Release breath and tension. And I will bring you out of this posture in just a moment. Slowly invite breath and movement back into your bodies. You can start small in your fingers and toes. Then it slowly starts to grow into your wrists, your ankles, your head, your neck, your jaw, all the way even bigger into your knees, your elbows, your hips and shoulders. Then on your next inhale, find a long body stretch. Point your toes long, reach your fingers long overhead. One more breath in. Exhale, roll through your side. Press yourself up into a comfortable seat. Your eyes can stay closed here when you sit up, or you can take your gaze soft. We'll end here with a breath all together. On your inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, pull your hands together at heart center. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to take this class today, to grow stronger, to work through transitions, to stay in the spots that usually we rush through here in class, but also in life. It's so tempting to want to get out of this transitional phase, attempting to rush right through it to get to the next thing, the next destination. How instead in your life can you stay in these transitions and seek them out? Look for this opportunity for growth and for strength. You are strong. You can do these hard things. You can stay in this hard place and learn all the good lessons to grow stronger and be the best version of yourself. So when you're ready to see that, you can bow your head forward over your hands. The light and the strength in me sees and honors the light and the strength in you. Namaste. Namaste. Yay, give yourselves a round of applause at home. Thank you guys so much for taking this class with us today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.